This video, I'll be discussing the financial documents that are needed when you submit an LMIA application. One of the key components for Service Canada is to ensure that the employer has the ability to pay your wages once you come into Canada to work for him. One way to do that is obviously to look at the employer's last year's financial documents. This is the T4, the PD7A, the financial tax documents that your employer has filed last year, etc. Now, many employers either struggle with getting these documents from their accountant, or they are not willing to provide this as they believe that this is confidential and they don't wish to share this with Service Canada. So one other thing that the employer is able to do is get a CPA accountant to do something called an attestation. An attestation, in simple words, is an opinion. Is an opinion from an accountant that essentially says, in my opinion, I think this company is viable enough and has the financial capability to support the wage for this employee. It's an opinion. You could be wrong with that opinion. So a lot of employers say, well, what if the accountant is wrong? Well, then he's wrong. That's okay. Nobody is going to call the accountant and say, well, your opinion was wrong. An attestation essentially is, to the best of his knowledge, based on review of the employer's financial documents, that the employer is able to pay the prevailing wage. There is an attestation template on Service Canada's website that your employer can look at. Of course, we can send you that copy as well, but that's all that an attestation is, and that's all it says. Keep in mind, if you don't provide the financial documents to Service Canada, the officer may still request it at a later point. Meaning, if the officer has concerns or may disagree with the opinion of the CPA, the officer does reserve the right to ask for a specific financial document. One of the key things before an LMIA is approved is that Service Canada will call the employer and interview. Basically ask questions about the posting, about the position. Why is he or she looking at hiring a foreign worker in the first place? And during this interview, he will ask questions about financial stability. Not specific numbers, but more so on how likely the employer is able to pay your prevailing wage. And they do this exercise for two reasons. One is to protect you as the employee, but also to ensure that the job offer is truly genuine. Because an employer that does not have the financial capability to support an employee's wage will most likely not hire you. Now, there are companies out there that have no financial documents because it's a startup company. And so that's fine too. Money that you have not from the company but on the side. Ultimately, how do you intend to pay this employee, and is this job offer genuine? If you have any questions about how to prove the financial viability of a company when submitting an LMIA, give us a call today. Thank you, and until next time.